There are two kinds of betrayal. The kind that stings for a while but fades with time. And then there's the kind that shatters everything you thought you knew. The kind that makes you question every moment, every word, every look. I lived through the second one. And let me tell you something, there is no coming back from it. I thought I had the perfect wife. I thought I had a happy marriage. I thought wrong. Abigail was everything a man could want. She was beautiful. Not just in the way that made heads turn when she walked into a room, but in the kind of way that made you feel lucky to stand next to her. She had a laugh that made you forget your worries. Eyes that made you believe she saw only you. She was elegant, confident, and carried herself with a grace that made people assume she came from money. But the truth? She came from nothing. And that should have been my first clue. Because when someone has everything yet tells you they started with nothing, you have to ask yourself, how did they get there? I should have asked. I should have questioned it. But love makes you blind. Or maybe, she made me blind. And when I found out the truth, it wasn't just her I lost. I lost my best friend. I lost my dignity. And I lost the life I thought I had. Before Abigail, my life was simple. I wasn't rich, but I was comfortable. I had a stable career, a small circle of friends, and dreams of something bigger. I worked in finance, not the most exciting field, but it paid well. Long hours, high pressure, but at the end of the day, it gave me a sense of purpose. I wasn't the kind of guy who chased women. I wasn't the type to fall for someone at first sight. I believed in logic. In facts. But all of that went out the window the moment Abigail walked into my life. And looking back, I should have known. Anything too perfect is always hiding something. We met at an upscale networking event. I wasn't even supposed to be there. It was one of those elite gatherings where business executives sipped champagne and talked about their latest investments. I was just tagging along with my friend Marcus. And that's when I saw her. She stood out, not because she was loud, but because she was the kind of woman who made silence feel like an event. She wasn't looking around the room, desperate for attention. She already had it. And then, she turned her eyes on me. And just like that, I was hooked. We talked for hours that night. She told me she worked in marketing, handling luxury brands. Her stories were filled with extravagant events, high-profile clients, and exclusive parties. I believed every word. Because why wouldn't I? She was poised. Intelligent. Charming. But here's what I didn't know. Everything she told me was carefully crafted. Every word was designed to pull me in. And it worked. Because, within weeks, I was falling hard. Abigail wasn't just a great girlfriend. She was the perfect girlfriend. She knew exactly what to say, exactly when to say it. She never started fights. Never complained. Every day with her felt like a dream. And when I introduced her to my best friend, Marcus, he gave me the biggest grin and said, "Man, you really found a good one." I believed him. I believed her. And that was my first mistake. Looking back, there were signs. Little things. Like how she never let me see where she worked. Or how she always seemed to have cash, large amounts of it, but never talked about her job in detail. How she would get mysterious calls in the middle of the night and walk out of the room to take them. And worst of all, how she always had an excuse to go out alone. But I ignored it. Because love does that to you. It makes you see what you want to see. The truth came out by accident. She was in the shower when her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I wouldn't have checked, but something made me look. And what I saw shattered my world. It was a message. From Marcus. I miss you already. Last night was amazing. My stomach twisted. I scrolled up, my hands shaking. And then I saw it. A picture. Of her. In a hotel room. With Marcus. She wasn't just cheating. She was selling herself. And my best friend? He was one of her clients. I didn't say anything right away. I waited. Waited for her to come out of the shower. Waited for her to pick up her phone. And when she did, she saw my face, and froze. Her fingers gripped the towel around her body, and for the first time in our marriage, she looked scared. Spam messages, she said quickly. Weird, right? She was still lying. Even now, she was still lying. But I wasn't playing along anymore. So I showed her the messages. I showed her the picture. And I watched her face go pale. Then, she sighed. And with the coldest, most indifferent voice, she said. You weren't supposed to find out. Not I'm sorry. Not it's not what you think. Just, I wasn't supposed to find out. Like that was the real betrayal. Not what she did. But that I caught her. The next few days were a blur. I confronted Marcus. I expected him to deny it. To at least pretend he felt guilty. But he just smirked. Like it was funny. Like I was the idiot for not seeing it sooner. And Abigail? She didn't even beg me to stay. She just shrugged. And that's when it hit me. She never loved me. I was just another client. Another transaction. I thought leaving Abigail was the end of the story. But I was wrong. Because a week later, I got an email. No subject. No name. Just an attachment. I hesitated before opening it. And when I did, my entire body went cold. It was a video. A recording from months ago. Of me. At my own bachelor party. Drunk. With another woman. At first, I thought it was fake. But then I saw the timestamp. It was real. And the worst part? I had no memory of it. I sat there, staring at the screen, my heart pounding. How? How could this be real? I wasn't the kind of man who cheated. But there I was, in clear HD quality, making the same mistake Abigail had. And then it hit me. This wasn't an accident. This was a setup. Abigail had planned everything. She had kept this video just in case. Because in the email, there were just 3 words. Let's not fight. She was blackmailing me. Even after everything, she still had power over me. And the worst part? I had no way to fight back. Because if I tried to expose her, she could expose me too. That's when I realized the truth. Abigail was never just a liar. She was never just an escort. She was a master manipulator. And I was just another piece in her game. I thought I had escaped. But in reality, I had already lost. Because in the end, she didn't just take my love. She took my trust, my dignity, and my ability to ever love again. If you were in my shoes, would you have noticed the signs? Would you have questioned the late nights, the expensive clothes, the secrecy? Or would you, like me, have believed in the illusion of love? Tell me in the comments, what would you have done? And if this story shook you, if it made you question everything. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.